Speaking of fairy tales, I think they had a young lady that was commenting. She was on a pod. She was talking about how, forever with somebody is a fairy tale. I'm going to play the clip.
God damn.
I want to get y'all response to what they had to say.
Got to a point where I felt like I was going to have to choose between my dreams and my goals and my relationship.
How different is the life you have now versus the life you would have had if you stayed in your marriage?
I'd say it's pretty different. I just became a new mom, moved to a new city. I acquired land, made different business ventures. I traveled like crazy. Oh my God, I was to Africa 3 times in 1 year. And it was definitely different. It was a way faster paced life. I probably didn't watch a show for a year.
Did the end of your marriage change your perspective on the overall goal of romantic relationships?
Yes, definitely. I grew up on the same kind of fairy tale, one person forever, that's it, and it's just going to be this bliss and you ride it out no matter what kind of thing. Whereas that whole experience really made me feel like there are people for different seasons of your life and people serve different purposes in your life, and not every relationship has to last forever. Moving forward for me now, it's more about how we feel daily, the goals that we have and the alignment versus the amount of time. So it's not about forever as the destination.
Well, with that in mind, do you look at your marriage as a success?
And I got to a point where I felt like I was going to have to choose between my...
So essentially she's saying, what the hell is the point of a relationship?
I see what she's saying, but that's a bunch of bullshit. I'm calling cap. To an extent, what she's saying about there are people for you for seasons, yes. But I believe that you do have people that are for you, and those people you shouldn't let go of. That's just reality, especially when you find your partner. If you just dating and you dating around, okay, yeah, I met this person, it was cool at first, then we fell out or whatever, yada yada. But when you find someone that's for you, I don't think that's something that you take lightly and just think they're here just for a season. There's no way I'm gonna meet somebody that's honest and genuine and caring and loving and all this good stuff, and I'm just oh, you just here for a season because life is short. What the hell? No. That ain't no. Yeah, life might be short, but every day that I'm with you until it's short is gonna be bliss because it's me and you together. So, yeah, I get what she's saying, but she a little doing that new shit that a lot of these women doing now. All this life is short shit, YOLO, having sex who they want. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. That's what she falls in that category.
I thought she was married again.
But that sounds like she trying to step out or.
I don't know if she married again.
I thought the last question was do you consider this marriage?
Oh no! I think she was talking about, do you consider your previous marriage? Yeah. Oh. Yeah. No, she's single with a kid from that marriage.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't agree.
I get what she's saying. I mean, because everybody when they get married, they see it as forever. Nobody says, "Hey, you're a seasoned person for me. You were just a person for this right amount of time in my life." Nobody sees it as that. You think that's forever, but then things happen later on down the road that it's maybe you're just here for this part of my life, and now we got to go separate ways. I think that's what she meant by that season. She didn't mean the 4 seasons of a year. You know what I'm saying? She's this part of my life this is what you were here for. Now I'm going on to another part, and we just not vibing in this season of my life. So if we're not seeing eye to eye, we got to go on. We got to split ways. I'm not going to force myself to stay here and we're not vibing. And that's what a lot of people do. They settle in their relationships. They're shit, man, this shit sucks. And why did I smack the table so hard? But this...
All right,
Earthquake! But, a lot of people sit in relationships because they've been there, for 10 years. And they're like, shit, I feel alone in this motherfucker. But I've been put so much time and effort in here. Now I got to settle with this because... I don't want to lose the 10 years I had, but for the rest of the 20 years I got, I'm gonna feel like a ghost in here, like I got a roommate. I mean, would you want to trade 20 years of loneliness for 10 years of happiness?
But see again, that's that's the gamble. With,
yeah, that's the get.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying like people that know that are in relationships, they get 10 years in there and they're like, oh shit,
right.
This shit sucks, man. This over that 10-year time period, it got worse, and worse, and they're like, shit, I'm already here for 10 years. I might as well stay for the next 20. You know, and the other side, it sucks that you die. The thought of dying alone. Not having, a wife or a husband at the end of the day, somebody take care of you, but I don't know. I see life differently.
I know it.
I feel like I got a lot of people around me that love me, that regardless of if I'm married or not, that somebody will still be by my side. And in fact, if somebody got to start taking care of me, rolling me around, you might as well I'll shoot my damn self. Because I don't feel like if I can't move on my own, walk on my own, I don't need to be here no more.
I agree with that. Me too.
So, that's part of life. Life is a gamble. But I understand what she's saying.
But see, here's a question that I got for both of y'all. Because again, from a pragmatic perspective, it makes sense.
Right.
But if we talk about relationships, pragmatic goes out of the window. So with that type of mindset, which a lot of people would say is a defeatist mindset, does the relationship really have a chance to reach its full bloom?
I don't think a full bloom. I think relationships are always progress. I don't think there should be a capping point of a relationship. Because if there's a capping point, once you reach it, then what?
That's a fact.
Only way next is down.
Damn, that's a ball.
Can't go up. It's the fact that when you're in a relationship, knowing to keep on working and working, and if when you keep on working and working, and it's not going up, it's continually to still go down. Is to know when to leave. But I don't know. That's just how I view it.
Oh, you feel like going into it with that mindset is, kind of jeopardizing the likelihood of going that long distance?
Yeah, absolutely. Because like she said, you automatically go to people only here for season. So it's like, I guess it won't work out, instead of actually trying and putting some work in. Now, of course, yes, there are people who just simply not for you. It's not going to work out. But there are also people who, as soon as one problem arises, then they're out the door. So I don't think that's right either. There are some people you just have to give a chance to. Some people, you may have said the wrong thing the wrong way, or it could have been the right thing the wrong way. But that takes time and it takes patience, and that's what people gotta understand too. People are so quick to just move on and jump to the next thing because they're scared to get hurt, and or think all people are the same. Which if you feel everybody the same, there's something wrong with you.
Right.
That's how I feel about it, because everybody's going to be different, and everybody should be a learning experience. Whoever you date, whoever you come across, you can always take something from most people on what you do like or don't like, plain and simple. And I think you should take all that together, take that data, and come out and find what you want in somebody. But a lot of people don't have that experience in general, so you automatically kind of just lean on, oh, well, he not good for me, they not good for me, so I'm out. So, yeah, I don't think it's right.
Yeah, which I kind of agree, because that's the funny thing about love is that we can go into it with whatever mindset we want. But when you run into that right person, you get to questioning everything that was a preconceived notion. I'm a walking example of it. When I left my household, looking at my mom and daddy marriage, I'm like, I don't know if relationships is for me. I think I'm gonna be single forever. And just have my kids eventually with a woman. We reach an agreement, and that's just that. You know what I'm saying? But then you meet somebody that kind of makes you question things. You know what I'm saying? You go into it with a pessimistic mindset, and then this person just keeps showing up every day and being solid and adding to your life in ways that you didn't quite calculate beforehand. And now it's like, wait a minute, I don't want to lose this person. You know what I'm saying? So like now I'm going to do whatever I got to do to keep her. I know I don't believe in relationships, so I didn't believe into it. Didn't believe it going into this shit, but now it's looking a little different. Now I'm, buying in. And it's like, wow, like this shit has turned into something that's beautiful. And I didn't even really, imagine it being this way. So, considering her situation, I think is real easy to talk like that on the tail end of a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Or after it's immediately over. Because again, you got hurt feelings, investment, like Kenny was talking about earlier, that you questioning children coming from this situation that now has to be in a broken home. Right, so it's easy to move with that pessimism, but I feel like once she run into the right dude, that's gonna change a bit, and he may have to climb a 20-foot tall barbed wire fence to do it, but it's definitely capable of happening. But I honestly do believe that going into a relationship with that kind of, hey man, everybody gonna fuck up. This shit ain't lasting. Let's just keep it G. We gonna enjoy each other while we can, go our separate ways. If you go into it like that, you are jeopardizing the longevity of it. That's how I feel. But I understand why somebody would go into it like that at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's just a shaky situation.
It's kind of hard. You can't go into a relationship with like a chicken with your head cut off,
Right?
And just say love is the key factor of me staying there. Because love is a hurtful word.
That's real.
You got people that love people that's still beating on them, but I love them.
That ain't love.
He cheating on me, but I love him.
Yeah.
Well, love is what is it? Love is all is figured to you.
Yeah, relative.
Yeah, it's relative to you, to whatever you figure love is, not what she figure love is. So it's kind of hard to say. I mean, that's why I agree with the forever thing. Like I think she's more of a I live in the moment of now that we're here. I'm not gonna say, hey, since I married you, this is forever. So whatever you're doing to me damage now, I'm still gonna be here forever.
Right.
I think that's what she's trying to say. Not that she's not gonna get in a relationship again. She's not. I don't think she's saying that. I think she's saying that, hey, whenever I'm dating you, I'm living for the happiness now, and what we have going for us right now. I'm living day to day, not now into year 15.
Right.
I don't see that. I see her as saying it is like I'm here, but I'm like 90% here. That's how I kind of took it. Like I'm here, but I'm good without you, which is cool. Don't get me wrong, but the fact that there's still that, you know, like we said before, that 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know what I'm saying? Mindset that ain't. Of course, you understand that things could go wrong, but if you in a relationship with somebody, I'm not thinking about what's going to go wrong. I'm thinking about everything I can do to make it the best that it can be. And anything that comes with it, bad, will adjust in that certain time instance or whatever it is, but it's always going to be good in my eyes.
See, that would be the only thing that I would begin to question, because I partly agree with what you say and I partly disagree. And the part that I agree with is the like going into it with that notion, well, damn, this shit gonna fail or whatever. And that kind of, you know, makes you 90% in or whatever the case may be. But the only part that I would question is how willing are you to work on things when things go left? Because let's just be honest, it ain't no relationship perfect.
Right.
Hurdles are gonna come. But when you go into it with that mindset, that would be my only concern, is that that's gonna take away from your willingness to, like O was saying, push through that and make it work or find solutions. But if you go into it with a defeatist mindset, you're gonna be more likely to be like, okay, yeah, I figured this was gonna happen, so I'm you know what I mean? So that right there is what I mean by jeopardize the longevity. But see, it's kind of hard to speak to her mindset because, you know, again, we only got so much context. It's only so much that you could tell from a clip. But I just hope that mindset is not jeopardizing her willingness.
Yeah.
To make it work. You know what I'm saying? But if it's not, and that's our mindset, then I ain't got a problem with it. And that's the only part that I disagree, because you got to go into relationships with more of a pragmatic perspective. And, you know, it may be unpopular, but whatever it is. And what I mean by that is playing percentages. Percentages of us being together 60 years is low relative to us getting a divorce within 10. That's just reality. So it's nothing wrong with going in there with that understanding.
Right.
But don't let it jeopardize your willingness to make shit work when you run into hurdles. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.